EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Plenty of season left to go. 3 months of football ahead as we are underway here in Week 4. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
No touch, sir.
Hurts comes out throwing. That one's complete over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
A lot of grass ahead. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And it sets up a Houston first.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And that run very short, only getting to the 27. It's a gain of 3 for him, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
At the 27-yard line.
From the 27. Completed to his running back. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And the Texans are going to have a first down. Slot man in motion right. And this is down all the way to the 3. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
They'll try and punch it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Pressure coming, and they take him down. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Now is York to kick this one away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and so that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. It's a 21-yard gain. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10 now. Gets everything he has under this throw. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers start off well to tie things 7-7. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. This return starts at the 5. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down. Now, after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. On 1st down, Hurts taking his shot. Deep down the field it goes. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Great.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. That throw finds Okonkwo. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk with a nice 21 yards. And it sets up a Houston 1st. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 1st down throwing for Hurts. Pass caught by Tank Dell. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Oh, love this. Giving it to the big guy on 3rd and short. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Just short on 3rd down. No gain on the run. And now what will they do on 4th? On 4th down, Hurts. He finds him beyond the marker. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the 1st quarter. That big 4th down call is how we close out our 1st quarter. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. Time for our 2nd quarter. The Texans with a chance to score. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Hurts now from the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans take a 2nd quarter lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Now is York to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Wright running out of the gun. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 now. It's caught. This is Jalen Wright.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep them short of the sticks.
Here's a give for Wright. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You love a huddle. Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. He's going to keep it this time. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Still going inside the 35. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Steelers first down.
Didn't take a rocket scientist to know, Kate. They wanted to get the ball in this guy's hands any way they could, not just in the passing game, and he just showed you why. This defense not prepared for his impact on the ground.
Here's a give inside to Wright. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Now on 2nd and 10. Brought in close to the 8. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that will set up 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Steelers can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Good.
Throwing here, Hurts. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They'll run here on 1st down. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Dump off caught by his back. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Great. Set. Delta.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the third row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now third down is so much harder.
Here he is on third and long. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And oh, he got it. Interception. And the Steelers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cut out left. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Now a run with right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Steelers calling their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Let's go now.
Pass play coming here. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he's able to cross midfield before going out. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
They send a man in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Launches one deep downfield. He intercepts the pass. Picked off by Jarrett Stingley Jr. And the Texans make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Hauled in left side. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. So they send him out for a field goal, and they don't get much longer than this. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And this stays tied here in the second.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
One last play before the break.
Let's go.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. On the run right, throwing deep down the... It's complete! Oh my, they left him wide open downfield. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll send him over right. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. He's going deep. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near hit.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now looking to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL where they come down to a play or 2 and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And it's going to be Texans football. Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
No, sir.
Motioning him from the slot right.
No, sir.
And that's good for a gain of 5. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37.
From the 37. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Good, set. No, sir.
From the pistol, Hurts. Has it downfield, working the left. Into the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up
Hey,
2nd
73,
and goal
73.
at the 7-yard line.
No, sir.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And look at the footwork there, touchdown! The Texans grab the lead on their first series of the half. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
now he's York to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Running behind center with right. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
3rd and long for him here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Slide's kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return starts at the 3. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 27-yard line.
Hurts looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. that one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So it's second down coming up.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Hurts throwing again. Short pass brought in. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. No return on that punt. And the Steelers will take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Rank gets it, headed right. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Throwing from the gun here. Caught by Freiermuth. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Man in motion out of the slot. To the air now on 1st and 10. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A pickup there of 39. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. Has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
No touch, no touch.
They'll run it from the gun. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Okonkwo brings it in. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. The Texans have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Great, set. No touch.
Hurts now from the gun. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Flushed out of the pocket. Finds him on the crossing route. And he officially gets them into the red zone before going out at the 20. They get 13 on the pickup. And it sets up a Houston first. A give now from the gun. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Hurts. That one's complete over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So the incompletion on first. Here's 2nd and goal. Dell now in motion right. And in for the Houston touchdown. So that brought an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans take a 4-point lead. Now is York to kick this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Into a crowd, and intercepted! Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to attack this defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said. Some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
At the 45-yard line.
73. 73. No touchdown.
They give it to him again. And this one doesn't go far. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And this punt works out. It's going to cross the 20, be touchdown at the 16-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers first down. Only took him one play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Caught, nice gain left side. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver.
What a clutch play late. He intercepts it. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, and the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers. And he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Getting right back to it after that interception. Chased down to his right, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He's on the move. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And no, you're not seeing things wrong, folks. They are, in fact, lining up to punt on 1st down. And he sends this one straight up. He's trying to stick him deep. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they're going to take over possession. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Finds his man over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Steelers at a 2-score deficit. Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. On the move, headed right. Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds, past midfield. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down. They are throwing it again. Trying to push it deep downfield. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here he is to throw. He sends this one to the end zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 4th and long.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
19 Tiger.
Desperation time here on 4th. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, we've got a 1st down here. A chance to get off the field goes by the wayside. The defensive penalty keeps him out there. They'll throw it again. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And it sets up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Throwing from the gun. Forced out to his right. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
To throw. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So we have a pause here inside 2 minutes. All reviews come from the booth, and they want to take one more look. They sent it out to New York just to be safe, and the folks there saw enough to change that call. Throwing it again here. He rolls to his right. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Still sticking with the passing game. Buys time. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. Now to throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Kamari Lassiter with the pick.
They're on the 2-yard line.
Valuable lesson that I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Lone back gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
He was taken down behind the
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Great.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Great, set. Go.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain. They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's the Texans who defend their building and take the win. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Houston.